type of deal, but then the electoral college will vote for red.
And
it's like what the fuck? This is what we wanted.
That's the one thing too. That's the main thing that majority of the country is not educated on. They're not educated with the whole voting process. They all think, oh no, I'll just vote for the general election and then they'll get voted. Like, no, your vote honestly has no determination of who the president's going to be. Your vote determines who you want to be considered to become president, but when it's already been considered who is in the running to become president, your vote has nothing to do with it. It's the electoral college. They're going to decide that. So determine who you want to be considered in that electoral college aspect instead of the part after that. And I think that's a lot of people went wrong, and they still go wrong to this day. And they'll fight you to it. No, it's like, okay, like, no, your vote doesn't count there. Your vote counts over here, but you didn't vote over here. So
definitely do your civic duty. Definitely stay engaged. See where you can do. If you don't, get informed. Reach out. Stay in tune. Stay in touch. Those are definitely great points for sure. Just trying to stay active. I wanted to touch base back to the NBA being postponed and them only coming back under specific stipulations of having players, reps, and also governors as options to maintain civic engagement through playoff commercials, making sure they can go ahead and also allow ballot boxes and other avenues within NBA arenas, so players, their fans, whoever is available, can come to arenas to go ahead and take and cast their ballots, and they don't have options to make it to a polling station, or if, like we mentioned before, their blue boxes have been taken away and they are from low income or impoverished, locales, and don't have the means to attend these, events. This is just a
So, man.
There's a lot going on. It's really crazy. It's a lot going on. It's a lot to take in. At this point, it's crazy. I just feel like I don't want to say COVID's on the back burner. Obviously, you want to go ahead and take a turn and trying to say social distance. You want to handling your business as best as possible, wearing a mask, washing your hands. It seems like with Black Lives Matter going on, it's just so evident. It's just so scary. It's just so raw. Things have escalated. What was his name? Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yeah.
What have you guys heard about that so far? Cause
first of all, he wasn't even from Wisconsin. His own mother drove him from Illinois.
So he was state hopping?
Yes. Underage with a rifle.
I was going to say that part.
And he already had prior convictions with, it was like little drug, like little teenage
Petty.
stuff. Yeah. Teenage stuff. Like, that stuff doesn't really matter in this situation, but, like, at the end of the day, he was wrong. He shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have had the gun. And, like, he basically went there to do what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't, you weren't defending a business you worked at, like, none of that. You looked for trouble, you found it, and you took advantage of it. Yeah. Thinking you would get away with it because of what's going on. Come on now.
Trevor Noah said the same thing. It was like, yo, I just want to go across the state and try to go ahead and protect that TJ Maxx. I love that TJ Maxx so much. I got my gun ready to go. Let's do it. I was just feeling that. I was like, to that point, to have that actual clear mindset.
I want to know what his own mother was thinking, like, that this was okay.
You see him packing in the car, you really want to go ahead and put him out there and see what he can really do. Like, the fact that's just, it just baffles me.
Yeah, like a lot of the ways, like, people think and how, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, how they view things, it starts at home, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
The parents teach them that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
It's nurture. I don't feel like it's ever nature. Because one of our first podcasts, too, no one's ever born racist. You definitely inherit that. You learn from your surroundings. Pick it up as you grow up. Where you learn that word.
Like, things have happened to them and stuff like that,
traumas or experiences as well. Definitely some sort of mimicking or, parenting that you pick up from around the way as you grow up. I was never taught that this was incorrect, and then you get to weed out those kids. Hopefully you pick up the mindset or at least the personality of, I'm going to go ahead and start learning from, my mistakes. I'm going to humble myself and, diminish my pride, and if you teach me something new, I'm going to go ahead and adapt to that. In a sense. Yeah. Or I'm going to stay hard-headed and stay strict to what I've been learning when I was growing up, which could be racism in a sense. It's full hatred.
That's what people are raised off of now.
Yeah.
It's hate.
That's where it stems from. Like, why else would you go ahead and have that mindset and take someone across state lines to go ahead and do something here? It means nothing to you. If anything, like, you have no right to claim that. Yeah.
It's no reason.
What kind of involvement do you want and why? It's not your state in the first place. So
Yeah, we don't even live in the area, so.
what kind of rapture are you causing? At that point, it's like the opposite spectrum of riders, like, who are leaving their own, like, countries and, like, not countries, sorry, but, like, states and town lines to come over and, like, live in other places, because obviously it affect them, like,
Right.
one of the people who make it look bad for other people on the planet. So this is definitely a blow on the Blue Lives Matter side. It's just like, what are you doing? What's the point of that?
Yeah. That's
Shocking. Now he's cuffed to his bed or something. That was my most recent report. Like, the man's paralyzed. Why is he cuffed to his hospital bed? Like, what is he going to do? Where is he going?
Yeah.
What is he going?
Yeah, that video was crazy with Jacob Blake, man. Shot in front of his kids in his back, and the situation the cops showed up for had nothing to even do with him. Doesn't even make sense.
People want to say because he had priors or something, but I don't think the cops are put up for
It
this
doesn't
guy.
even matter if he had priors. The cops don't know that until they ask for his
Yeah,
ID and run something. But why are you gonna even
That's it.
ask for
Thank
that
you.
when you're there for two white girls fighting?
Thank you. It's a cop out, literally, because it's just like, okay, well now you're trying to blame on something else. Just see the picture of the guy. Like, this is not
He was a black dude with dreads, had a white beater on, flip flops, and fit. You know the description.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
The description.
He gets shot 7 times in the back in front of his kids.
They're open that man's life, man. That's
Didn't
crazy.
you know? Trying to end his life.
Yeah,
No
front of his
weapon, none of that. Back turn. It's not like they shot him like when he was attacking the cop. Back was turned. People like if somebody is robbing your house and they're running out the house and you shoot them in the back, you're still going to jail, even though somebody robbed your house because they're not posing a threat because their back is turned. They're running away. So exactly in this situation, his back is turned. You have one of his hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does this man pose a threat to you? Even if he had a knife, you got the gun.
And why would you follow him at that point if you feel like you're scared for your own? Because that's the only reason why I feel like you would discharge your weapons, because you feel like there's no other alternative. You are scared for your life personally. And if you're keeping a distance of maybe 10 feet because you're on the opposite side of the vehicle, but no, you're actually maintaining distance or maintaining progression with this person. And say, if you're really worried for your life, I'm not going to be following someone deeper. I'm going to keep my ground. Cops and police officers and sheriffs and fucking troopers, they use their vehicles as shields when they don't actually have the right means of it. Because the car is not protected from a bullet if on the opposite side. So if you're worried about someone stabbing you at that point, even more reason to go ahead and keep your distance. That's close to hand-to-hand combat. You don't bring a knife to a gunfight. So why are you going to go ahead and close the distance on someone if you're worried? So that's another excuse. It's just like, it muddies the water. It doesn't bode right to me personally. It's crazy.
And that just goes back to me talking about the training that cops go through. Like, you know, even I don't really know much about the police officer that was involved in the shooting, but you know, like I said, it shouldn't take 8 weeks for somebody to be a certified cop carrying a gun. Like, it should take a little bit longer than that, more evaluations and more like processes and classes to go through. Like, it shouldn't just be 2 months. It just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be somebody who's like upholding the law, and you know what I'm saying, supposed to be calm in, you know, very critical situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, I posted something the other day. It's like we live in a society where cops can react off of impulse and not get in trouble, but as regular people, we have to stay calm with a gun in our face. We're not trained for that. They are. So why are you acting scared?
And it's like, why even arm police officers with mace? Why arm them with stun guns?
If the person in the grab is the gun.
Yeah, like, I get it. You're trying to protect yourselves, protect those around you, but at the same time, like, those are immobilizers as well. So, like, why not try and preserve
He's
this
close
person's
enough
life
with a
as
stun
well?
gun. It's not like he was too far away and the prongs would miss.
For
Like,
real.
right there, shoot him in the back, dude
And, like,
fall.
I'm pretty sure where they put their stun guns in comparison to
Yeah, stun
their
guns are usually on the
handguns.
chest.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like, your hands are already here. Like, I see cops all the time. Their hands
Yeah,
are already
always
right
holding
here.
it. Yeah.
So,
So
like,
quick
all you gotta
little-
do is quick.
Yeah.
Like, even if it's just right here, it's quick, it's handy. But no, you're gonna take the extra time to.
You ain't got no Shanghai noon. This is not a quick draw. Like,
Yeah.
right off the chest, like, handle I don't know.
It's crazy.
It really is, man. It
It's,
really is.
it makes me glad that, obviously I don't have kids because I couldn't imagine trying to raise a kid in all this right now.
Yeah.
Because they'd be perplexed on what's going on. I wouldn't know. They wouldn't know what's right or wrong.
Right.
Like, I can teach them all they want, but they're gonna see everything that the media's portraying, and the media's gonna say, "Oh no, this is right."
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you it's wrong, but you're gonna either fault me or you're gonna fault
At the
me.
end of the day, they're gonna make their own choices. You know?
Yeah.
Very true.
That's what my dad always tells me. You would always tell me, like, as a man and as a father, it's his job to try to steer me the right way. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna make my own decision.
Yeah.
So it's just in his hopes that I make the right one.
Yeah. But it helps with the kind of resources they provide you too.
Yeah.
The more they open you up to, the more you have option-wise to go ahead and choose from. But if you're limited, all you know is whatever one or two, situations you may go ahead and run across. Whereas if you broaden your horizon because you've been provided with more information, take your time learning, preparing you like that nurture, you have maybe like now you added maybe 4 or 5, 6 more avenues and things to look down. People are just so close-minded. It's just like whatever they know. It's just what they're going to go by all the time. It's not even time to go ahead and just expand.
Yeah.
You can't reason with people like that.
Yeah, you're saying you can't fight students.
Can't.
Dumbass will get you beat, man. You used to have a football coach that said that. Dumbass will get you beat. Can't stand that, coach. But that was one thing that I could live by. That was fact.
Yeah,
Dumbass will get you beat, no matter what you're doing.
Truth is the truth.
I would personally want to fight for change. If someone, or if an organization that I follow was willing to go ahead and provide change or provide something that they believed in, I don't know why I would go ahead and put myself in this scenario or this situation. To me, I'd be alright, cool. They're an advocate for something that they believe in. They want to go ahead and instill these ideals onto whoever they manage. I.e. the whole program. I don't recall which school you're mentioning, but there's some, collegiate schools that are out there going ahead and putting messages out there saying that people are taking away their season tickets because they don't want to go ahead and stand behind the school that does things like that. Like, why would you, I feel like if I'm sending my child to a school like that, or if I'm a part of an association like that who is willing to go ahead and see people for who they are and actually give them opportunities and broaden their horizons. I'm gonna go ahead and stand by that. It's dope, If it doesn't affect me in any way, I've already graduated. My kids are going to that school. My kids love it, whatever their mindsets are on it. Why would I go ahead and have any other say and want to go ahead and inflict my 2 cents?
Yeah.
To me, it's a bunch of arrogance, and it's actually
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, I feel like we've said quite a bit on both matters.
Yeah. Most
And-
definitely.
Yeah, and it's always good getting other people's views on everything too. So, thank you, Terrell, for
Facts.
coming on.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Definitely have to do this.
Having me.
Definitely have to do this again.
Facts.
And y'all stay tuned for more.